Okay, now we're going to talk about what a field recovery looks like and the steps you need to take. Unlike in a hospital, in a recovery stall or box, field recoveries are typically pretty low-key and uneventful. Before you let him wake up, though, you want to make sure everything's under control, that there's no more hemorrhage that needs to be checked out, nothing's hanging out that needs to be cut off or popped back in. While he's asleep, this is the best time to have a look between those hind legs. If you've been redosing him, and if his last redose was ketamine, you'll want to top him off, give him a little bit more xylazine, ranitidine, or some ACE. Ketamine recoveries can be very rough. That dissociative effect does not do well for keeping horses calm, cool, and collected. And when he's recovering is also a good time to remove wolf teeth if he has those and if they need to be removed. Because you're working on the head and you can do a local block, you can keep him down long enough to get these out in most cases. You also want to remove ropes from his legs, remove things he could trip on, clean up the environment. Just get it so he won't trip over anything as he stands up. At this stage, I'll usually put the halter back on, and we'll usually cover up his eyes again just to make sure he's fully awake before he gets stimulated by light, sound, sun, that sort of thing. And then I'll just hang on to the end of the lead rope. I don't usually try to assist these guys up. The little ones, it's easy enough, and you sure can. If he's in a round pen or a contained area, you might not even need the lead rope. But if there's a chance he could get into the parking lot, onto the street, under the fence, then I'll just keep the lead rope for worst case scenarios. And then mostly you stay out of his way. So this is a field recovery. It's very windy, so I'm going to get rid of the sound, but he sat for a while, or laid for a while in lateral, took a few half-hearted attempts to sit in sternal, and decided he didn't care. You can see at this point he's not very stressed. He's just eating grass. As he gets dried off a bit, he decides that's enough, and he stands right up. This is not atypical. This is very standard recovery in the field. As I said, it's quite different when you put them in a foreign environment, but in the field they're used to lying down and getting up again, and it's just usually not a big deal, especially in the nice footing of a pasture or paddock. So that should be the end of the excitement for the day. You will want to check underneath again to make sure still no bleeding or anything hanging out before you let him go for the afternoon.